Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing really well and welcome back to another reading vlog. So it is the week of New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. And unfortunately, I do work this weekend, but I do have some really fun reading plans to bring in the new year. So I was looking around my shelves for the perfect way or the perfect book, the perfect experience to see out 22 and to see in 2023. And I came across this new thriller, The Last Party. And as I read the synopsis of this, it just felt that it was so perfect for this moment. So let me share with you guys what this one is about. It says, on New Year's Eve, Rice Lloyd has a house full of guests. His vacation homes on Mirror Lake are a success, and he's generously invited the village to drink champagne with their wealthy neighbors. But by midnight, Rice will be floating dead in the freezing waters of the lake. On New Year's Day, Vian Morgan has a village full of suspects. The tiny community is her home, so the suspects are her neighbors, friends, and family. And Vian has her own secrets to protect. With a lie uncovered at every turn, soon the question isn't who wanted Rice dead, but who finally killed him. In a village with this many secrets, murder is just the beginning. It sounds like such a dark, twisty, small town type of thriller, and I think that this is going to be just the perfect way to see this out. And of course, the fact that it takes place at a New Year's Eve party makes it even more the perfect read when I curl up and end this year out. So this is the reading plans for this week, but Tyler and I have a lot of other fun plans. The first one is currently ongoing, and that is I bought Tyler an ice cream machine for Christmas. He does love new kind of cooking things. He loves new kitchen gadgets, and so I thought that this would be super fun, something he would really enjoy. So tonight we are making our first batch of ice cream from the Ben & Jerry's ice cream book, and it is French vanilla with some peanut butter cups mixed in. And then after we make the ice cream and give that a try, we are going out to music trivia with some friends, and we both don't work tomorrow, which is really nice, so we'll be able to just enjoy these couple of days eating some ice cream, enjoying some time with friends, and of course diving into this spooky New Year's read. So with that, welcome to another reading vlog, and let's bring in the new year. What flavor are we making?
French vanilla with chocolate, like Reese's chocolate cups.
And what are you doing here?
Whisking the eggs.
Okay. Is that with sugar? So it is New Year's Eve 2022, the last few moments of the year, and wow, it has been such a crazy year. Without a doubt, this year has certainly had its ups and downs. It started out pretty rough for me, but I definitely think there have been some super memorable times this year as well. So I'm just kind of sitting, basking, reflecting in all of the things that this year has brought, and also thinking about what I want for 2023. I'm not really a New Year's resolution person. I like to think about goals, but not necessarily be super strict with myself. But one of the things that I really want to get better at is documenting my story for myself and also for you guys through reading books, and also just through living the life of a 20-something. I just really enjoy sharing this experience with you guys. So yeah, I think that's going to be definitely one of my New Year's goals / resolutions this year. Tyler is out at a wedding. One of our friends has a wedding reception, which is such an awesome day to get married, like New Year's Eve. Every year on your anniversary, you get automatic fireworks. Like, it just sounds like a good idea. So we opened this bottle of Prosecco together. So I'm just enjoying a glass of Prosecco before I head to bed because unfortunately I work tomorrow, which is very on brand for me. Anyways, cheers guys to 2023. So I wanted to briefly chat about some of my initial thoughts of The Last Party, which I have made my way through 130 pages of so far. This is such an interesting read, and I actually was just watching an interview with the author, Clare Mackintosh, and discovered that this is actually going to be a mystery series with at least 3 books following one of the main detectives, Fionn, who I really enjoy reading about. So I'm excited to kind of see what the rest of the series holds as well. Now, this book has something that I love in thrillers, and that is a map. I always love thrillers that have a good map in them. Any books, but specifically mystery thrillers. And so this map actually tells a lot about what this book is about. This book takes place in northern Wales, between England and Wales, and it actually takes place on a fictional lake called Muir Lake that kind of divides Wales from England. And it follows a murder mystery, of course, that happens in this area. And because of where the murder mystery happens, of course, it kind of calls upon 2 different police forces, the English side and the Welsh side, to solve the crime. So it brings together our main 2 characters, Fionn, who is the female detective from Wales, and Leo, who is English, to join forces and try and figure out what happened. Now, the first scene is super interesting because it follows the classic like New Year's experience or the New Year's tradition, which is the polar bear plunge. So everybody on New Year's Day kind of wakes up and goes to dive into this freezing cold lake, the Muir Lake. And they actually find a dead body in the lake, and that's how they've discovered that a murder has taken place there. And that scene was just so funny, like everybody kind of like half hungover, super tired, just trying to like get up the courage to go into the lake, and then all of a sudden the mood of the book really shifts and you are kind of thrown into this murder investigation. Now, Fionn and Leo are both kind of working together, and they're very different characters. Fionn is very wild. She enjoys partying. She's kind of like comes and goes and likes to be a little bit of a lone ranger and do her own thing. She doesn't like to be told what to do. And Leo is a little bit more of a rule follower, but he is in a police department where his boss is really mean to him, so he's kind of struggling with like not enjoying the authority that he's working with. And their personalities are just very different, and the way that they work crimes is very different. So their partnership is just so interesting. Like watching them kind of butt heads but also complement each other is really fascinating. I was watching an interview with Clare Mackintosh, and she said that the character that made her want this to be a series is Fionn, and I can really feel that. Like, just reading her, she's such an interesting character. She's, you know, grew up in Wales and has lived there for her whole life, and people kind of know her a certain way. But she now obviously has a very different job working in the police force than when she was in high school and kind of the wild child. And so it's interesting watching her kind of walk that line of rebuilding herself and also having some of the tendencies that she did have growing up. Now, in terms of the actual mystery of this book, so the character that passes away is Reese, who is the developer of a little like luxury housing group of like 5 houses called The Shore, which is actually on the English side of the lake over here. And he has inherited that land from his father and decided to make this like luxury estate. So Reese is the body that they find at the beginning of the story, and then you're diving into all the people that he knew that had a motive to kill him. And there are a lot of suspects in this book. I feel like one of the things I'm struggling with the most right now is how many characters there are in here, and like keeping their names straight, keeping straight where they were mentioned in the book, and trying to like piece together who could have been there, who had the motive, means, and opportunity to commit the crime. I think it is written in a way that as a reader you can figure it out, which is nice, but it also, I kind of feel like I need a notebook to keep track of all of the people, which is a good thing. Like I want to, like I'm invested enough that I want to figure it out, but also it's not just one of those like sleepy kind of like leads you through it, predictable books in a way. I think there's a bit more to it. Another interesting thing is it flips between the New Year's Eve chapters as well as the New Year's Day chapters, or after New Year's parties. So you're getting little snippets of what was actually happening at the party, and then of course lots of bits of the investigation as well. So overall, I'm enjoying this one, although there's quite a bit going on, so I'm trying to just keep my head above water and keep track of everybody, but it is really atmospheric and lovely to read about the north of Wales and this kind of police procedural and small town thriller. I think it's such a great way to see out 2022. So I'm going to keep reading this. I don't think I'll make my way all the way through this tonight because I do have to get up quite early for work on New Year's Day. But I'm going to try and make it through at least a couple of chapters and drink my nice glass of Prosecco, maybe watch some of the New Year's football bowl games in the background, and just enjoy the last few moments of this year. So it is currently Friday, and yesterday was a super rainy day, so Tyler and I decided to go out for brunch at one of our favorite places here called Fat Cats, and we had this chicken curry soup, which was just to die for. It was so delicious, so warming. It had these little like vermicelli noodles in it, and it just had this like coconut, very aromatic. It was so amazing. So I decided that I wanted to try and recreate it tonight. So I've gotten all the stuff and made that for dinner. So Tyler and I are about to have that, but dinner wouldn't be right if I wasn't eating dessert first. And so I wanted to do a little taste test of our ice creams that we made. So they're kind of melting a bit. Ooh, some just dropped on the floor. So we have the strawberry and then the other one. So I wanted to give it my all, give it my full assessment, given that this is our first ice cream. So here's the strawberry. So I really like the fresh flavor of strawberry. You really get a lot of the fruit in here. I feel like I would like it a little bit more creamier. It has a like sorbet icy feel about it. and I'd like it to be more of an ice cream, but I think we really hit the nail on the head in terms of the flavor of it. You know, it'd be really interesting, like a strawberry, like basil or something. Gilbert is just getting in all of the grocery bags. Okay, time to try the other one. Okay. I love the Trader Joe's little peanut butter cups. I think they really work. I don't know that the vanilla flavor of the ice cream is really coming out as much as I want for it to. So I think maybe like some fresh vanilla bean pod. I do think the vanilla one is creamier than the strawberry one. I need to make like a ice cream journal or something where I like keep track of my notes. So next time I remember what I wanted to change about the different ice creams. But I would say for the strawberry, I would give it like a 6 out of 10. And for the vanilla peanut butter cup, maybe like a 6.5 out of 10. Overall, I think very successful for our first go with the ice cream machine. So before Tyler and I dive into our curry dinner, I wanted to chat with you guys about the last party, which I did finish yesterday. And I overall gave this one a maybe 3.25 stars. I don't know. 3 or 3.5. I can't decide. I will log my final rating on Goodreads so you guys can see what I decided on there. By the way, if you're not following me on Goodreads, I'll have all of that linked below. Overall, this was a very kind of twisty, turny thriller. The minute you thought you'd figured out who it was, you were kind of looking for the next person. And in the author interview that I watched, she said that she wanted the reader to be able to guess it the page before it was revealed. And I feel like it really did keep me guessing till the very end. I think she was really successful in that because there were so many suspects and because there was a lot going on, you never quite knew where you stood and you never knew who to suspect. But I do think that there was a bit too much going on in this one. It was a little bit too cluttered in terms of the cast of suspects, and I wanted to dive into the motives a bit more instead of just this rapid fire like suspect line. I think that might have made it a little bit more engaging for me, but overall, this was just the perfect book to read at the beginning of the year, New Year's. It had so many nods to the New Year's season, and so I thought it was just so perfect to read at this time, and I did end up enjoying it. I have not decided yet if I'm going to continue on in the series, but I will kind of let it linger and see if it's one that I think about over time to determine whether I want to pick up book number 2. So anyways, that will be it for this week's vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys again very soon with another video. Bye.